Hello YouTube gamers, we are going to be playing our historic Brawl challenge where we try to get 5 wins before we get 5 losses. Today we are playing Muldrotha the Gravetide. This is probably my favorite deck. It's not necessarily my strongest deck, but I think it is my favorite. So we are going to give this a whirl, see if we can get 5 wins before we get 5 losses here tonight. And there's a lot of different ways I've built this. This has been tweaked many times. There are definitely some cards in here that I'm playing just because I like them, not necessarily because they're the best. I could probably make this deck stronger if I wanted to, but I like it the way it is, so I'm going to play it. Game 1 against Golos. Right. This is not exactly a great hand against a Golos deck, but it does have mana. I can cycle this for another card. This should help keep him slowed down, so I guess I'll go with it and see how it works out. Seemed a little loud. Really enjoyed this card in this deck because, I mean, it's a cool card no matter what, but this deck is extra cool because you cycle it away and then you can get it back later with Muldrotha. So kind of extra good in this deck. I'm just going to use this for basic right now, just to make sure I get my land drop next turn. I'd like to save it to be able to cast the cleave part of it, but I want to make sure I have the mana. So it looks like this is a Golos Shrine deck, so it's probably less good than your regular Golos deck would be, but Shrines can still be scary. But of all the Sanctums, the white one is probably the least threatening, so let that one live for now. Let's just play this key. My opponent doesn't have a way to destroy it. Definitely take a time warp. Put that in the grave and get that back later. I don't think I'm going to quite throw the Golos down, or the Muldrotha down just yet. I'm just going to put this down so that we can protect our Muldrotha right away, and I can hold this up to kill his Golos when he plays it. It is important to try and keep that Golos off the board as long as possible, because once he starts getting these Golos triggers off, it gets really difficult. Oh, he's not going for Golos. I think I would rather he had a 2/2 bird than the Hound in it with the rage. That one's going to be annoying. Alright, looks pretty good. He didn't go for Golos, that's really good for us. That means we can do this later. I was can get our Muldrotha down and put Swiffer Boots on him at the same time. Still don't really understand why someone would play Golos over Gravetide to play Shrines. It just seems like Gravetide is just strictly better for playing a Shrine-based deck. Still not going for Golos. Well, that's bold of him. He's definitely all in on the enchantments, isn't he? Well, I mean, opponent really isn't putting any pressure on us, so we've got time to just play this Shark Typhoon again. I think I'm going to do that first. Now we can start getting big sharks out next turn, hopefully. Since we don't have to spend our mana on removing his Golos, we can spend it on cooler spells like that. It didn't hit enchantments though, or artifacts? Okay. That's confusing. I guess he really wanted to keep his Chromatic Lantern. That was just really strange. Alright, well, we'll definitely do a Time Warp here. So we get a 5/5 Shark that we'll be able to swing with on the next turn, get this guy down. And then next turn we can play Muldrotha again, Swift Boots on him. Oh, if we drew a land we could have done that. Still fine. That was just a really strange draw. It could have been a lot better for him if he had chose artifacts. Probably should have chosen enchantments too, all he'd lose is this. It's definitely a strange decision from my opponent. Let's attack first. Opponent held up a lot of mana there. Maybe he has like Settle the Wreckage or something. I think I'm gonna hold back on Muldrotha. Though it's lethal if he doesn't have Settle the Wreckage. Man, I wish I had a counterspell in hand right now. Tough decision. I think I'll just do it though. Just make him have it. It's not that big a deal if he does. I'll have the mana to replay it. So. I think he does have it. That's fine. That definitely could have been a lot worse. Definitely doing this. He has to scatter my soul. Well, that's awesome. I'm so glad he did it for that and not Muldrotha next turn. I don't know, my opponent's definitely making some very strange plays in my mind. Do I get back to Time Warp? I guess I'll get back to Time Warp. I was going to get back to Dig Up. Hello, Arrow the Fallen Angel. How are you tonight? Oh, I'm doing alright. Yeah, as far as that goes, I don't really have much of a choice at the moment. I think I'm just going to Time Warp, probably play Vraska, a bunch of Sharks. I guess that's most likely lethal. Well, that's a good start. And one. And one. So we can do it again. Well, I'm missing green mana, but if I do draw any green mana, this would be a really good hand. Got Ledger Shredder too to try and get through some cards, so I think I'll keep it and try this out. This definitely could backfire, but the hand has a lot of potential if I can just draw any green mana in the first couple of draws here. Getting no land mana yet. Maybe we'll get some connive triggers to try and get through some cards here to get to the forest or something. Unfortunately, that is not green mana. Well, I guess I should have mulliganed it, but it would have been fun if it worked out. Guess that's a blocker. Not only do we not get the green mana, but it keeps drawing green cards. Guess we're just going to get poisoned to death. Oh well. Okay, finally got some mana. Probably too late now. we'll be at 6 poison counters next turn. So I think I'm going to Harrow to get more mana, and I'm going to probably just cast Dig Up to go get something to kill Liliana, because I can't let that live. And then things will work out from there. Just get another swamp, I guess. I think I will grab Binding of the Old Gods. It's like one of the best cards in this deck because of Muldrotha being able to keep casting it over and over again. Just have to hope we don't die before we can get to that point. Opponents definitely got some really strong features coming at us. And unfortunately, we just sat there and did nothing for so many turns, it's probably too late to come back. We ain't gonna be able to do anything if Liliana's still on the board and gets all this. Got really no choice there. It's just gonna give me a blocker. There's still a chance we can win this. It's not very likely, but still a chance. At least opponent's finally slowing down with the big threats. Yep, getting that land was just too little too late. Needed that about 3 turns earlier. Oh yeah, is that what you see a lot? I mean, I see them a fair amount too, but kind of depends on the deck you're playing. Their matchup system is kind of weird. Alright, so I guess I'm just dead no matter what I do here. I don't see any way out of this. I mean, I can kill the Wormcoil Engine and gain 6 life, but then I have no mana left. And that isn't going to be enough. I guess it means we technically get another turn, but see what we're going to do about it. Actually, it's probably still not even enough, because that's still essentially 6 power. I'm going to block one of them, we still take 9, 10. Yeah. It's technically not lethal, but basically might as well be. You know, lately, more than Golos and Prismatic Bridge, I've actually been seeing Joda the Unifier a lot. And I find that deck to be... I actually like getting meshed up to it because I almost always beat it, but you do get tired of seeing the same thing all the time. At least when they play Golos or Bridge, well, Bridge is pretty easy to beat too. Golos is at least a stronger deck. Has more variety to it sometimes. Well, this hand does nothing with no mana. Alright, this hand looks fine. Have a Cultivate and a Dig Up. Looks like it'll work out alright. Why my opponent said, oops. Do I want to dig up or save it for the tutor? Looks like we're going to have enough land with the cultivate, so I'm going to save that for the tutor later. He's that kind of gamer. Damn you. Well, I guess that stops the hand destruction stuff, so it makes some sense. Not really what I was expecting. Drew a hero. This first though. Get some blue mana. Yeah, that's a nice draw. Really care about Tasha all that much right now. That's going to go in the graveyard, and again we're going to get this binding because binding is just so good in this deck. I like to have more black mana because I have a lot of black cards in this deck, a lot of double black symbols. So I like having more black mana than anything else most of the time. I want a hero first. Actually, I might do that first. My opponent has a counterspell for it that'll really suck though. What does it take her for her ult? Yeah, I want to kill her now. Hopefully it doesn't have a counterspell. What's her ult do exactly again? Target opponent goes top cards in the library, go through creature cards, put those cards in the battlefield under your control. No, that's actually not so bad for us. It's not great, but it could be worse. So if he decides to do that, I'm not that upset about probably. Unless he gets really lucky and hits me with just the best creatures. Okay, that's not too bad at all. Putting a bunch of cards in the graveyard, that's just nothing but good for me. What, I'm going to have to discard a card? Guess I'll discard this Rex Sage. We'll always be able to get it back later if we need to. It does nothing else. Okay. I think I'm going to River's Rebuke him, expecting that it's going to get countered, just to eat up a counter spell. And if it doesn't get countered, we get these guys back, so it's still pretty good. I think I'm going to do that, because he knows I have it. It's probably what he's holding his mana up for. Might as well get it out of the way. Alright. And hopefully that's his last counter spell, but we'll see. That's good. I think we're just going to go for... And maybe I'll Grizzly Salvage first, see what I get. Probably going to play Shield Red no matter what, but... kind of want to land from this most likely. Does he really have another counter spell? Well, if he uses it on this, that'd be okay. Okay. It's just a really weird choice. Well, that's disappointing. sure why he used up a spell like that when he had that right there. A little strange. Probably gonna need a board wipe here. What do we have? He has 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 damage, so if I use Groom Tutor, he'll have lethal on the board. Could also play the Uro and gain some life and have a blocker. But he's just gonna kill it anyways. I mean, he has that right there, so it's not really gonna do much. I think my best bet is this. I'm probably still losing though. Just got unlucky. Oh, my Cards of Fate got ditched into the graveyard. Oh, that's too bad. Guess we're not going to get a board wipe either then. So it's Meat Hook. Hopefully that's enough. Maybe he'll attack this. Find some life. Well, we still have a chance, I guess. Let's see, so I didn't get a land, which means that Meat Hook won't kill Evelyn. It's unfortunate. But we're not dead yet, I guess. I guess with this creature we are still good because he gets copies of it, huh? Oh well. Unfortunate. That was definitely a disappointing loss because I think if I were to do that match again 20 times, I'd win 19 of them. Oh, great, Turgid. Yeah, I don't play against Turgid. Nope, that just doesn't count. That's not a match. I'm not counting it for anything. Next. It's one of those magic cards I wish was never created. Don't really understand why they ever made it. It's not powerful enough to be a top tier commander, and it's just annoying enough to be hated by all casual players. Holly, this commander. Interesting. Well, his hand looks okay. Not great, but playable anyway. That was a good mill. Alright. Probably drawing too much land at this point. I'm just gonna draw a card right now. See if we get something we can play. This card's really good when you don't have land in your hand. Turns out your creatures get trample. Oh, if you deal excess damage, that one's kind of interesting. I don't think I want to give my opponent a land, and I don't care about that enough, so I'm not going to send to it. I think I will block with my Stitcher Supplier, though, just to stop the effect there. Okay, there was a couple of land in a row that I didn't want, so it was a good mill, too. Just to get myself another swamp, have a good blocker. Hit on that? Oh, that's sad. I don't think I'll be playing that. And again, maybe I will. My other choice is the Crux of Fate or Meat Hook, but I don't think I really want to do either of those just yet. I don't think a mono red deck's going to be able to do too much about Shark Typhoon, so I think I'm just going to play it. I want to play this as land. Plenty of land in the graveyard, so when I do play Muldrotha, I'll have land coming in. I think I'm going to hang on to the Besage in case I need it for destroying something. We can take another hit from a Brask, that's fine. Yeah. Now I want to board. Where'd you hit? Oh, that's fine. Oh, I'm a big bad. That's a pretty lucky hit for him. Definitely can't beat bad luck. So just stop some damage here. That was probably the single best card he could have hit in his whole deck right there. Very unfortunate for us. he get back? Godzilla. Can he even play there? Alright. May have to beside you his Embercleave. But we'll wait and see what happens first. I guess that's just lethal. Oh well. I just drew all the best possible cards he could have. That was really just like the perfect draw from start to finish, wasn't it? I'm pretty sure if you chose like the 10 cards between his starting hand and his first few draws in that game, those were the cards that would have been chosen. At least pretty close to it. So that was just exceptionally bad luck apparently, or cheaters, which I'm getting more and more suspicious of all the time. Because I see that kind of thing happen like just so often nowadays. It's so weird. Definitely makes me think that there are people out there using hacks. It's the only explanation besides Arena's algorithms all of a sudden just being completely fucked up. That's the only other choice. That's the only other possibility, because it's a mathematical anomaly either way. Just to see it happen this often. It's pretty crazy. I think I did. I hit the wrong one, I think. This hand looks okay. Schnorr is definitely annoying there. But at least this deck I have a lot of ways to deal with it that aren't ETBs. Oh, hero. I think I'd rather get this guy down first. Blood tokens are nice. I would like to draw something to get rid of that Gilded Lotus. It's another person that's just getting a fucking complete bomb draw, huh? It's definitely happening so much lately, it's so strange. Definitely don't like to blame everything on cheaters, but it's just happening so much. Like, are there any better draws this guy could have had already? Like, maybe slightly? First. I didn't just throw his Hellish Norn down there, but glad he didn't. At least my opponent's pretty much out of cards now. That's fine. Oh, it's very annoying. Well, if that's not the best possible draw, it's pretty damn close, isn't it? You'll be able to draw cards off of this, but unfortunately I don't have any way to really deal with two Hellish Norns right now. This Plaguecrafter won't trigger. Guess I'm just gonna have to crack this treasure token and see if we can draw something. Won't work either. How unfortunate. What a disappointing loss this is. But it's over now, there's no way to win. definitely going to spin out of control way faster than I can keep up with that hand. I feel like that was like at least 2, maybe 3 games in a row where people just got like complete nut draws. If not the best possible draw they could get out of their deck, it was at least very close to it. And our draws have been very average to below average. Very, very disappointing. Let's see if we can make a comeback here. Well, this hand looks fun. Fun doesn't usually cut it, but we'll try. Rather just ramp here. Don't really care about the Blood Artist all that much right now, so there's no reason to remove it with either of these. I can't with that, but I didn't really care about getting anything back with the Tameless Witness yet, so this turn we'll set up our Gilded Lotus for next turn and potentially into one of these 4-drops as well. Something like that would be worth hitting with the Hostage Shaker. There's definitely an argument for holding off on the Hostage Taker till next turn when I can play this card at the same time, but I'll take the chance because I don't really care that much. I have other ways to get rid of it. I would not mind my opponent using up some of his removal spells on this instead of other things that I care about more. And I'm almost 100% sure he's going to have some sort of removal spell. He's playing black-blue, so... Oh, he's just going for the command. Okay. Commander is mildly annoying, but not that bad. Use this on it. Especially if you Dark Ritualed it out and all that. It's going to be a long time before we can get that back. Do I want to Timeless Witness to these back? I don't think I do. Oh, maybe I want the Raven's Form back. Let's swing first, though. My opponent appears to be trying to play very, very quickly, so whenever someone's doing that, I always slow my game down a lot. Because fuck them. Okay, sacrifice a creature. I like Hostage Shaker in the graveyard better at this point. I just put this card in the deck trying it out, so I gotta read it again. have anything just to Karavik? Which I don't really want that. I mean, I'm definitely going to be casting this Skyfisher Spider to kill the Rankle. I decided there's anything else I want to do as well. I'll probably hang on to this to counter a non-creature spell to protect Muldrotha, but I don't know if I'll have the mana to do all that. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 mana. We don't have land in the graveyard. So might wait on the Muldrotha for another turn. Don't really care about that Blood Artist that much. So we'll kill the Rankle with this. Should have attacked first though, I wasn't thinking about that. I'll have to take some damage here, but that's fine. Actually, thinking about Raven forming this Blood Artist, I don't know, I kind of want to save it for something more dangerous. I'm starting to get a little low on life, but I have so many ways to deal with that Blood Artist in this deck. I think I can wait another turn. Besides, I think I'd rather Hostage Taker it and steal it. Which I should be able to do next turn. So I could get a duplicate of something in his graveyard. Do I want a Rankle? I think I'd still rather save it as a counterspell for now. Now we'll bring out the Muldrotha. Essence Scatter, huh? That's fine. I'm just gonna foretell this thing though, just so I can cast it for cheaper later. But I feel like we're in pretty good shape right now. The only thing is the auto tapper kind of screwed me. I always forget I have to tap this for colorless myself when I don't want to, because it'll just hold it up all the time. I really wanted to hold up a blue and a black, so now if I want to use this, I'm going to have to sack a creature, but hopefully I won't have to. Fading Hope, his own Yahenni, huh? I don't think I'm going to counter that or anything, but I think I am going to sacrifice the Yahenni so that he doesn't get it back. So at least saving that did that for me. So he has another counter spell. Let's forget. I didn't think he did. I want to play the Oracle at Alpha, or do I want to hold up my mana for this Blind to Secrecy? I think I want to hold up my mana. Not in a big rush or anything. Rogue Downfall. Yeah, we'll stop that. Good card. Not good enough, I guess. Yay, win number 2. Definitely Muldrotha's having a rough night, though. Badrick. That deck can be pretty powerful. Man. So I only got 2 land, but I do have a dig up, so it's essentially 3 land. I mean, this hand seems playable. Karn Silex is very likely to blow up some stuff. So. And still, to this day, every time I play this card, my opponents always just play more stuff right into it for some reason. I'll never understand it. Yeah, I think I'll keep this hand. Nice to draw more land. I think I'm still going to do this. Go get a, what do I need? Black there, blue there, blue black. Guess it doesn't really matter. Just, my standbys usually just get more black mana. Oh, that's an interesting draw too. So do I just play the Karn Silex? Play this. So let's just let him draw a card. That's fine. Yeah, I think I'm going to play Karn Silex because it's like a 3-for-1, and then if my opponent puts more stuff on the board into it, it's even better. I can live with him drawing 1 card here. Unless he has artifact destruction, but I'd still rather he did it on that than my key, so win-win. Opponent was smart enough not to put more permanents down. First time in arena history for me. I think every other game I've ever played this, 100% of the time until today, my opponents have always put more permanents on the board into my Karn Silex that was very obviously going to get played or activated on the next turn. Discard. Okay. So yeah, we'll definitely be doing that. Although I'm tempted not to. Tempted to throw the Vraska down and kill his commander and take him up with another threat and hang on to the Silence. That's going to be better as it turned out. Since my opponent didn't really do it. Oh, I can't do that, can I? He has Ward. That was a mistake then. I guess I can kill the enchantment that's on it though. I forgot about the Ward. Oh, that's my bad. If it wasn't for the Ward thing, I forgot that enchantment gave it. That would have been a really awesome play. Instead, it was just mediocre. But it's fine. Now my opponent still isn't really putting any pressure on me, so I'm not incentivized to do the Silence at all. Except, well, I guess he just got a counter on him, so maybe I should. Could still just soul transfer him. Or I could just Silex for 3 and then play a Ledger Shredder. That's probably better. I'm going to do that. Tie up my opponent's mana if he wants to replay his commander. So I can give him Blackblade Reforged or a whole bunch of other stuff. What a weird pile to choose from. Guess I'll give him the Black Blade. The pile I choose goes in his hand, right? When it chooses one of those piles, put that pile into your hand and the other in your graveyard. So he probably wants to fill his graveyard with all that stuff, but I'm fine with that. I don't really care about the Black Blade, so choose that. I really want to play the key, but I think I need to soul transfer his commander. Hope he doesn't have one of the 1-mana protection spells. I can still play the Oracle of the Alpha afterwards, and that also gets me a Legislator trigger. I think I'm just going to ditch the Beseiju. I can still play it later as land, although then again, maybe... Yeah, I don't think I need it. I was going to get rid of the key to give him a +1 counter, but I don't care about that much. And I'd rather actually have the option to play the key next turn. I might play the Muldrotha next turn, we'll see. Depends on what my opponent does here. Taps out to play his commander, I'll certainly play Muldrotha. If he leaves mana up, I'll probably play this. Alright. And again, maybe I'll tear asunder. It's too bad I don't have 8 mana. I could have done key and tear asunder. Oh, I guess I can't really play the key with no cards in hand. Well, I can, it's just not that good. I think I am going to tear asunder the Vadric, though. I was going to just play the Muldrotha, but I don't even really have that much to get out of it right now. Just a land in Nebraska. I can wait. I think I'd rather just keep that guy off the board. Make him very expensive to play him. I don't think I want more land right now. Put that at the bottom. Just too bad we don't have more pressure to put on my opponent just yet. It is a little worrisome that my opponent has so many more cards in his hand than me, though. But at least with Muldrotha, pretty much all the permanents in my graveyard are like cards in my hand, so it's not the end of the world. Oh, he's tapping out. Perfect. Oh, and he's resetting his hand. Wow, just go. I hope we get one of our graveyard exilers. Alright, so I'm definitely going to play Muldrotha this turn. Play this land and get our Ledger Shredder back. I'll keep that for sure. Now we have another answer to his commander if he plays him again. haven't seen like any counter spells from my opponent though, so he must not be playing counter spells, which is weird. So we got back that Mishra's thing and Explosion Expansion. Okay. Doesn't have enough mana to kill my Muldrotha, and I don't really care if he kills the others, they'll just come back. Actually, I guess if he uses the expansion and copies the spell, he can kill my Muldrotha. And again, that's still not that big a deal, because I have the mana to replay it again anyway. And if he has to 2 for 1, that means he probably doesn't have another answer to it. I guess we'll just get rid of this key at this point. So he's really just a spell slinger deck. It's all about trying to get stuff back from his graveyard, I guess. Ooh, we drew Ancestral. That's fucking awesome. What we got in the graveyard again that I can play? Got the Key, the Legislator, and the Vraska. Well, we'll do the start with the Ancestral Recall and draw some cards here. Time Twister. I'm actually tempted to Time Twister just to empty my opponent's graveyard on him. Got Great Henge too, which is really nice. I think I like my hand enough. I'm going to keep it for now, but and I got a counterspell anyways. So I can still... Oh no, all my blue mana is tapped, isn't it? Except one. Damn it. That's unfortunate. I think I'm going to just... play the Legislator and... see what we get. I don't think I'm going to sacrifice anything though. Shadow Spear is good. I don't think I really need it, but I'll keep it anyways. Alright, well he's going to have another turn, and I don't know, I don't think he can really do much else though. Physics Mastery doesn't really work too well with X spells if you have to nearly tap out for it. Actually, you can't even play them like mana spells can. Nothing too good. I think I'll just discard the Shadow Spear since I can cast it in the graveyard and make it a little bigger. Well, if that was a big turn, I'm not too scared yet. He didn't really do anything. Didn't even want to take his extra turn, huh? That was a really, really strangely designed Valdrick deck, whatever it's called. Might be one of the weirdest ones I've ever seen. Yeah, we're starting to catch up in wins at least. That's good. So we're up to 3 and 4. But unfortunately, one more loss, and this run is over. I am going to play one more deck after this either way. I got Arcane Signet into Potential Key and Ravenous and Timeless Witness. This seems like a pretty good. I think I'll do it. Especially against a deck like this, which is usually on the slower side as well. Basically both control decks. But I think Muldrotha can outvalue that deck pretty easily. Silex doesn't seem like it'll be really great this game, but it's something I can discard to the key. I usually like this card against more aggressive starts. Just to key down, try to get some big mana going here. If my opponent doesn't have a way to stop it, counterspell's nice. I don't think I'm going to need the Silex, and even if I ever do, I can always potentially recast it from the graveyard. So. Ramping. So I can play Shield Red and have a counterspell behind it. That would be pretty nice. As long as the auto tapper doesn't screw it up. It's kind of the counter to his commander in a lot of ways too. Just kind of makes him lose more than he gains off of that. No, we're not going to deal with the rascal. Ow. Okay, well, that was easy. I'll take it. I was just settling in for like a long game too. Must have been the only answer he had to Shield Red in his hand. Oh, got ourselves back up to 4 and 4, so this is last game with Muldrotha tonight either way. Hopefully it's a win. Throw on the Breaker of Silence, so this is probably going to be like a green stompy aggro deck, I'm guessing. And this is not a great hand against a deck like that. I'm going to mulligan that. No, this one's not awesome either, but at least I have an early game blocker and might get some value out of that. And at the very least, Ashiok will probably gain me some life effectively. I'll keep it. Let's start with this one. Yeah, I'm going to need to draw some blue mana at some point, probably. At least I don't need blue mana for my current hand. Well, now we don't have to worry about the blue mana, at least. I don't think I'm going to kill the Amber. It's my direct stage. I think I'd rather play this. I'm fine with swapping 2 damage. This one again? Oh, draw cards, target spell or ability. Creature you control. That's fine. Right, what's Thrun do again exactly? I know he's like really difficult to deal with. Can't be countered, has trample. Can't be the target of non-green spells your opponent's control and abilities of non-green sorceries. As long as it's returned, he's indestructible. That's a lot of keywords. So I can't hit him with a soul transfer, so I guess I'm probably just going to kill this Lotus Cobra with that. I think I'm going to kill the Colossal Majesty with my Rex Sage as well. Oh, I can't do both though, I'm one short, huh? That's unfortunate. Oh, which one do I do? I guess Lotus Cobra has to die first because I really don't want Thorn coming down next turn, and that might slow down things. Gets a card, but that's fine. Better a card than none. I don't have to kill the Colossal Majesty yet. Oh, I want to kill that instead, especially since he missed a land drop. Normally I don't like to kill people's mana rocks early in the game like this, but I feel like I kind of have no choice in this case. It does suck that it draws him a card, though. This. I'll play this thing as a land as well. And then we're just kind of hoping to top deck some stuff, because we're already starting to run out of gas, which is unfortunate. Alright, so next turn we're most likely going to see Thrun. So we're basically going to be in a race. Oh, as if Thrun needs hexproof. So what I really want to do is draw my creatures that that make my opponent like sacrifice creatures. So that's the only way I'm going to be able to deal with the Thrun. So I think Ashiok. Actually, I think Muldrotha first. Then next turn we'll be doing Ashiok. I think I might just hang on to this Balagid Recovery though. Definitely play the Muldrotha. I might need the land though if he comes up with a way to kill it. Then again, he's mono green. There's no creatures on the board. He probably can't kill my Muldrotha. Yeah, I'll hang on to this for now. Hopefully I don't regret that. At least we're basically threatening lethal here almost. Alright, he's just over it, okay. Our little 2 damage guys were enough. Cool. Alright, well that's 5 wins. We made it. I had to get 4 wins in a row to get there. But it got there. Very nice. Alright, well if you're watching on YouTube, just like and subscribe, and more of this content will be coming out. If you have any comments about the deck, please feel free to leave them. I do tend to read them. Until next time, happy gaming.